Wow, wow, woo, wow, sunny.
The sun's bright.
Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're out again on the Voge DS800X Rally. We've nearly done 500 miles now, so I will do a bit of a 500-mile review of how I found it so far in the first week. But today I'm out with Rachel on the back. So this is just a little bit of a video there to discuss what it's like having a pillion on the back and what it's like being a pillion on the back. So we've been out for an hour or two today and we've done various different types of roads. We've done back roads, we've done a few stints on the motorway, some national speed limit roads, and I can safely say that the bike handles it well. You do notice the weight in regards to the power delivery. It's just a little bit softer, as you would imagine, with extra load on the back. You can feel that the front end doesn't have as much weight on it, and the back just bounces a bit more, but I could probably dial that out with putting a bit more preload in the rear spring. And just on undulating road surfaces, I can feel that the bike does tend to spring up and down on the back suspension. The front doesn't really make much difference on the front. I haven't felt it being particularly light on the front end. It still corners well, it still holds a line. So really the only adjustment I would make would be just to increase the rear preload, just so that the sag on the back end. Maybe play around with the rebound damping, but that's not something that I'm particularly fussed about just for having a pillion on the back, because I don't ride very fast or aggressively when there's somebody else on board anyway. So other than that, to me it just feels just as normal, and there's no kind of adverse effects having someone on the back. So from Rachel's point of view, Rachel, can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of.
So you've been on the back now for an hour or so.
Yep.
How do you feel it in regards to, well, first of all, getting on with the panniers compared to, say, the Himalayan or the KTM?
It's easier getting on in your position and then kind of shimmying back. In comparison to the KTM that you've got, the actual bit that I'm sat on, the KTM is a lot softer. And it's a little bit longer as well, so there's a little bit more room. But this is kind of, I give this an 8 out of 10 for comfort, really.
Fair enough. Well, this has got a standard seat on it, and the KTM also has a standard seat, so there's no kind of ergonomic seat versus standard seat. So that's just as they come from the factory comparison. So I take it really means we want to be, like, if you're getting on the bike as a pillion, rather than trying to climb on whilst I'm already on, or climb onto the pillion seat, just climb on like you would normally be in a riding position and then scoot back seems to be the way forward, especially when you've got panniers on. But, in regards to the panniers, Rachel, do they feel obtrusive around your legs, the side panniers, and is the back pannier kind of comfortable to lean against with its cushion?
A cushion it'd benefit from a cushion, obviously, like anything would, like a normal chair would. But yeah, the side ones don't interfere whatsoever, really. The back one is just a little bit hard, but it's quite high up as well, so you feel quite secure.
Right, well, I don't know if you know, when I said cushion, there is actually a factory fitted Voge. I've got like a sponge pad. So that's the similar kind of sponge pad to the Givey case that we have on the KTM. So if you can't even tell it's there and it feels much harder, then that's an indication to me that the sponge cushioning on the Voge back box is a bit more solid than the one on the Givey back box. So we've done a few stints at 70 plus miles an hour on the motorway. Now regarding my comfort, it's absolutely fine. I don't find any buffeting or wind at all, really. But from a pillion point of view, how does it feel being on the back doing motorway speeds, Rachel?
Going at motorway speed, as long as you're not going too fast, it's absolutely fine. Having said that, it is quite an adrenaline rush when you do sort of shift it up a gear. Obviously not as much as the KTM, but it's still there.
So do you find that there's enough protection from my rather large torso so that you're not getting buffeted about round your chest and shoulders and head?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Fair enough. I suppose being a pillion and having the wind protection from the rider does kind of outweigh any of my kind of wind protection with different screens and fairings and handguards. It's not something.
I am wearing a leather jacket, so I would imagine as well in the summer it'd be a little bit more comfortable having that wind exposure.
Well, we've covered 500 miles this week on this Voge. The last 100 or so with Rachel on the back. And I can safely say it's a decent bike for having a pillion on. It's reasonably stable, it's not very buffety, the suspension handles it well, it's plenty powerful enough. Obviously all these things are subjective, different people are different weights, they have different flexibility, they have different levels of comfort, different leg lengths, etc. But from our experience today, it is certainly a thumbs up from us. If you are considering buying a Voge DS800 Rally and you will be taking a pillion, then I hope this video is of some use to you and helps you in your decision making. If you would like to see more videos like this on this bike and others, then please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll get some more videos out to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.